Hello, I'm Joseph Barker, and welcome to the Finding Ability Podcast, a place where people are able, adaptable, brave, loving, and exceptional. This is a place where we get into deep conversations about how we can make our lives better and how we can make the world a better place.
Hello. This is Joseph Barker, and this is the Finding Ability Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today, or tonight, or whenever you are listening. Today is going to be the first of a series called The Power of Posture. And today's focus is the foundation of posture and our own awareness of the body. Okay, so when you think of posture, what do you think of? Maybe take a hot second. A lot of the time, people think that their posture is crappy and that they don't like it. And you might not even like photos of you or your body in general. That's totally normal. And when it comes into developing a better posture, it starts with one place: your own awareness of posture itself. Oh, Joseph, that sounds like a hippie thing. Well, I mean, maybe, kind of, but also, if you want a better posture, you'll want to increase your capacity for proprioception and interoception. Two big fancy words, mostly meaning your own awareness of your own body. But let's bring that back a bit. So, what is posture? Well, it's how our body is in space. It's depending upon how flexible we are, or how strong we are, or the injuries that we've been through, or the athletic pursuits that we've been through. All of these things affect our body. It affects the soft tissue. It affects the bones. And so our posture is a kind of amalgamation of who we are as individuals. Everyone's posture is different. Everyone's body is different. Everyone has a different history within their body. Even siblings will have different postures, and that's based upon the body that they're born with, as well as all of the daily habits and activities that they've been doing for their entire life. And so to have a better posture is usually to imagine a posture that has a longer spine, straighter spine. There's a feeling of like pride or confidence, and maybe an ease of like sitting, standing, whatever that may be. And so, like I said before, it's our awareness of our body that's going to be the main assistant or helper in having a better posture. And that's just from my own experience as a professional athlete, and as a yoga teacher, and as a manual therapist and a movement specialist. We can't fix anything unless we have awareness of that thing first. That's step number one. And so what are some ways that you can connect with your body? Well, there's a few. One, you can just do this right now even. Maybe close your eyes. Unless you're driving, don't do that. Take a nice soft breath in through your nose. A little sigh. And just feel your body. Connect to what's going on inside of it. The aches, the pains, the discomfort, or maybe the good feelings as well. And just taking a few more breaths and connecting a bit deeper with that part of yourself, your body. Noticing any of the sensations. Noticing your breath. Awesome. Okay, so ways to connect with your body. You can connect to your breath. You can do that anywhere, at any time, as long as you're aware of it. or you're aware that you're not aware of it. And that doesn't mean that you need to control your breath, although that's totally fine. A lot of the time when I find myself stressed or about to get stressed, I take a couple big deep breaths in and out. And that helps to kind of recenter myself and to keep more calm during a situation in which being more calm is more beneficial. There's also connecting to your posture. So what is your posture right now? And can you change it? Can you shift your weight from one foot to the other, or from one sitting bone to the other? Can you move your neck around a little bit, maybe get any cricks or cracks out, and then maybe find a nice long spine? The more that you connect with your posture, the more that you connect with your breath, the more that you'll do that more regularly. It's a kind of check-in with yourself. And that check-in ends up being extremely helpful in the long run. You're developing this habit of awareness. And so, as opposed to, say, being on a couch watching TV for several hours and not getting up, maybe every 20 minutes you get up and you move to a different position, or you just get up and like shake your body out and then come back down. The more that you can connect with your body, the better it is for you and your posture. This isn't some kind of like weird magic trick, like do this once and then everything's different forever. This is a life skill to have. When you're more embodied, then there's less of a capacity for you to disassociate, less of a capacity, or you'll have more awareness of being triggered or being stressed or anxious or depressed. And that's a good thing. That doesn't inherently mean that you'll feel better all of the time. It just means that you're more connected to your body, which is kind of one of the most important relationships that you have in your entire life. Another thing as well, so we have breath to connect to your posture. We have just connecting to your actual posture, your physical body in space. And then there's also just sensation. So can you draw your focus or your attention to one spot in your body? So for today's example, can you bring your focus and your awareness to your belly? And take a couple long inhales and exhales with your focus on your belly. So allowing it to expand with your inhale and letting it go with your exhale. A couple more times just like that. Awesome. And just noticing, what sensations do you feel there? Restricted, freedom, maybe tightness, maybe expansiveness, hot, cold. Just noting what sensations are there. That's the practice. It's not about making it better or changing it right now. It's just about connecting to those feelings. Okay. And so what comes to my mind when thinking about the idea of posture and making it better, and the idea of awareness as the primary tool to receive or to get a better posture, the image that comes to my mind is that of a Zen circle. And so if you can imagine those Zen ink brush paintings, Sumi brush, Chinese brush paintings, Japanese brush paintings, they draw this beautiful circle. It's not a perfect circle, which is a great band, but it's not a perfect circle, and it's not complete a lot of the time. But that's okay. This is all a practice of being mindful and meditative. So that circle, most people don't connect with their body on a regular basis unless they're maybe a manual laborer or they're an athlete. And even then, a lot of the time, we're just not focused on our bodies because we have social circumstances, we have obligations with family and friends, we have work, and a lot of those things exist outside of our physical body and sense and awareness. And so what happens when you practice this little check-ins of connecting to your breath or connecting to your posture, you're able to take that, say, large circle of maybe only connecting to your breath when you're working out really hard or when you can't breathe, and you're closing that circle in. You're making it smaller. So as opposed to checking out your breath or your posture maybe like a couple times a day or once a week, if you're doing it now, every 20 minutes, 5 minutes, every couple hours, it's becoming a tighter circle. It's becoming a smaller circle. And that circle is your own awareness of your own body and your own self. And why is that important? Well, if you want to feel better, you need to connect with your body more often. Of course, you can, shove more ice cream in your face, and you can watch more things on Netflix and TikTok and Instagram and video games and whatever else, and eat more Uber Eats and whatever, eat Cheetos. You can keep on stuffing things into your senses, or you can connect more fully with yourself and your body. And I don't want to guilt or shame people for ingesting things. This isn't about that. Those things are all great and amazing. But if you want to feel better in your body and in your life, you need to be able to connect with it. If you want a better posture, you need to connect with your posture more often. And that's as simple as just taking a moment, adjusting your feet or your hips, straightening up your spine, and then kind of settling back into a neutral space. That's all that it has to be. And developing a better connection with your body means a better connection to you and your life. And in a time and an age in which we seem to be more disconnected and fragmented due to this lockdown and COVID and all of the media that's getting brought to us all of the time, connecting with yourself may be one of the only ways that you can find some independence and some sovereignty within your life. If you have any questions, concerns, quandaries, or conspiracies, please let me know. This was a short one today, but to me, an important one. I could talk about this for longer, and I will in my life. But please take good care of yourself during these times, and have a great rest of your day. I'm Joseph Parker, and this is Finding Ability.